we have this covered.
They can't hear you.
So now we should. So even especially then, like, share this stuff, take pictures, share what you learned, so some people can grab it. If you would like to grab the slides from today, you can get them at getpirateskills.com/idea-validation. I'm going to show this link at the end again, in case you're not convinced yet that you need the slides. I promise you, at the end of this meetup, you will want those. So, let's get into those. How does it work when you get there? You actually land on a page that is within our learning management system called Teachable on pirateskills.com. You will see the description of the event and a button that says download the slides. Yeah? And then if you have been a member of Pirate Skills before, you will just get the slides. If not, you have to sign up before to get the slides for free. I hope that's fair for everybody. So, Arne, would you like to come up? All guys, please help me welcome Arne Horn. So let me get you another microphone.
Oh, perfect. Does it work? It works. Like a charm.
Like a charm. We need to stand like in a way that those guys actually can see us.
Yeah.
And they will be able to hear us
so I
through
have
the
to stand like
amazing
here.
stuff here.
Okay. Right next to you.
Yeah, Maxime, I think this sound is
Everything
good
on the stream.
is good enough.
Good enough?
It's somebody says now they have sound, and somebody says great. That's great. Thank you guys. Please tell me if you need to be louder or something like that. So,
Cool.
we were on this wild road trip called Maple Apps. How did we get started on that one?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus. We didn't prepare.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we did actually, but I have some special questions for
Yeah.
Arne and he for me, of course.
And I'm not prepared for these. And it's kind of the first time I'm seeing these slides.
No.
So,
Oh, it's-
the second. Okay. You didn't change anything. Perfect. Cool. I founded a company called Maple Apps. We developed apps for big brands like Deutsche Bahn and Vapiano and so on and so forth. And then we wanted to shift in gears into startup mode, to build our own products. But we know how technology works, and we have been pretty good at it. But there are so many ideas out there, and which idea to pick? And this bothered me a long time, and I discussed this with Ben a lot.
And we were both here at Startplatz.
Exactly, and we met here at Startplatz, whatever. And he told me, let's build this kind of idea incubation. How did you call it?
App incubator.
This epic incubator, and make a system and test every idea with different stages, and then we came up together with this process.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, sure, if you bring on an investor. And we actually managed. We showed him, like, lots of what you're going to see today has been part of the original pitch deck to the investor Fabian Tullman that you knew before and you had a good relationship with. And this convinced somebody to say, 2 years of fuck you money. Go, run, try, ideas, execute. Yeah, and
Exactly.
we learned so much in that time.
Yeah.
One of the most important lessons we learned is this. Ideas are nothing. Execution is everything. And we also learned what's wrong about this sentence. Yeah, we always hear this. Idea is nothing, execution is everything. But as you will hear in the lessons learned at the end, we found out that the ideas that worked out performed in the beginning up to the end really well. We saw traction really fast. It was very seldom that we saw an idea that didn't work in the beginning that suddenly outperformed everybody else. No, it was the good ideas that became better and better and better.
And good idea was not in our minds a good idea. Was Ben is talking about the ideas which got traction early also got a lot of traction later.
Yes,
And not
yes.
not necessarily these ideas where we we've been 6 or 7 people that we thought this is a winner idea. That was most likely false.
What did you mean by early attraction?
Yes.
So let's talk about this. Yeah. So not ideas are created equal, but the question is, how many ideas do you need to build one really all-star good business? Yeah. And our idea was pretty naive for a year that looked like this. Oh, let's have an idea every week, build a landing page for it, and see how the market reacts to it. I'm going to show you exactly how those landing pages look like, what tools we use, blah, blah. Let's take the better half into phase 2, give it a little polish, give it a bit more money, and then start to create the first customer, the wireframes, the first early designs with the best half of those based on the customer development surveys we did in phase 1 and 2. And we hope that after phase 3, we had at least 1,000 email addresses and very, very positive feedback about the wireframes and the general idea. So we would build like 9 apps and have 1 unicorn. Yeah, that was the brilliant idea. So
and to backtrack a bit, and the first idea was let's build 1 app a month, and then how can we build a process around it, and how many landing pages do we need, and how many ideas do we need to generate to push it into the funnel to end up with 1 app per month.
Okay, let's see how that develops. So the main thing is that we found out that not all ideas are created equal. You can put up a wall out of 100 ideas. You guys from TRX, like how many post-its do you have on your wall currently for ideas? Like what would you guess? 500? 500 maybe, yeah? But you look at this board and you know there's probably a winner or 2 among those 500. But how to get to that pearl? How to sift through all the rotten ideas that sound like a brilliant one on the surface, but the market just doesn't give a fuck. So we had the opinion that ideas had to prove themselves to us. So we created this amazing Trello board. Yeah? Do you remember that time?
Totally.
So this was a Trello board called, here it starts from like topics, random ideas, interesting ideas, group ideas, and this was our landing page backlog. The landing page backlog had 150 landing pages in the end.
So this is you saw like all the red ones and the yellow ones and so on and so forth. Our process, and the process actually started here. So this is all happening before we even produced 1 landing page for 1 idea.
Yeah. So we were of the opinion that lots of ideas lead to a few good ones. So what were our criteria for ideas that I would build a landing page for? You remember?
We switched it around a little bit.
We did a lot.
Yeah. So and to add to this, at the very beginning, I asked Ben, how do we even come up with all these ideas? I think we ran out of ideas like in 2 weeks, and he said, "Nah, that's the easiest part," and he was right. Every week we created like how many? 30?
At least, yeah.
At least 30 ideas. Just like in 2 hours we sit down and let's say we create ideas like no topic at all. And at times we said let's do something with beacons. Let's do something around
with big data, open data.
Exactly. And then so it was topic related and so on and so forth.
And we took the feedback from our former ideas and the customer surveys as inputs for the idea funnel, again, which worked really nicely, because the best ideas usually come from the customers.
True.
Yeah.
And then we switched around a lot. So we tried different stuff. Like we need to have at least 2 people agree that they want to pursue a specific idea.
I think that was one of the best switches we made. That got a lot of commitment from the team as well, because one of the weaknesses we found in the system was that if you do so many ideas, no hearts are attached to those ideas within the team, which is one of the bigger fails of this and that you have to think about. Yes, sure.
Quick question, how many people were in part of your team?
Hey, Arne, would you like to take that? How many people were in our team?
We have been 3 hardcore coder, 1 part coder, 1 part coder UX design, marketing, and kind of operations. So 6 people. 6 in total.
6 people, burn rate of about 50K per month, right?
Yeah.
Which is also something we would love to have changed later, like a little bit lower burn rate, to be more sustainable in their efforts. So you see that we tried several ways to come up with idea. These days, I would really recommend the design thinking model as a framework to come up with problem fields and really come with empathy to people and talk openly, not about solutions, but about issues, about their world, getting deep into the world of the customers, really absolutely embracing this customer-centric mindset, and then much slower come up with solutions to given problems, to be more patient in that process and lingering a bit longer with the problems. And then, as you said in the time before, that I would really like to solve the problems that lead to a solution, one step after another.
Yeah.
So you see, we got lots of ideas. So let's dig into level 1. Yeah, this is the pyramid we always had in mind. Have like 10 ideas. 8 ideas here. 4 make it. 2 make it. Here's 1. We actually code. So let's look at the level 1 idea. What was it made up of? Level 1 idea was a simple, basic landing page with an email sign-up with MailChimp, with basic traffic analytics from Google Analytics. And we did some AdWords ads with basic keyword research and into some ad groups that were really highly focused on the demand that we wanted to get input from the people. And we spent $200 per idea. This is not a lot of money to test your idea. I would say you could do it with $100. You could not only do it with AdWords, but maybe with Facebook more these days. Still, AdWords has advantages in the very beginning, in the learning stage. So, since level 1 and level 2 are pretty similar, let's look at level 2. It is just sifting out the rotten ideas, the worst half. And what was worse? The ones that had a too high cost per acquisition for the email, or they just didn't generate enough emails for $200. What was good, like in the beginning, we were happy like with $5 per email, right?
Yeah, I remember that $10 per mail was kind of no, that's way too expensive.
Yeah.
And the very good ones always, or later, a few months in, we tended to have like $1, $2, $3 bucks
at a maximum later.
Yeah, at the first
the
stage.
more we tested, the more discerning we became about which ideas were good, because we could suddenly benchmark against our former ideas, and we knew what was good and what was bad in a comparable market. So we just expanded the website a little bit. We introduced the first customer survey. That meant you came to the landing page, you signed up, and on the thank you, double opt-in thank you page, you got to see, hey, do you want to take the customer development survey? We named it better, right? Like, would you like to participate in the survey so we can make a perfect product for you? Yeah. And there we were just talking about problems. I'm going to show you what framework we used for that.
So we have a question from our live stream. how long did it take to create one landing page?
Level 1, level 2.
So in the beginning, it was 3 days. Yeah, we set up a domain, WordPress, installed analytics, Mailchimp account set up, and AdWords integration with analytics. Right. So we had the nice trinity with Search Console, analytics, and AdWords. And later it took us like half a day. Yeah, half a day for a landing page. At a certain point, we switched from custom domains to just Maple apps, subdomains or folders, and it didn't make a difference in the conversion rate. So learning for us was you don't have to have a gazillion domains to test each idea. That was really surprising to me. I wouldn't have expected that.
For me too.
So half a day to set up such a thing if you are
with training.
With training. Like at the end of the month, we're gonna offer this as a workshop, where we actually build this system, set it up, and after you have done this, you can do it in a day. And if you get some practice in half a day, I guess. And if you're more technical, you can probably do it in 15 minutes. Yeah. So, can you connect me to that investor, Dita? We sure can. So, we did some basic sign-up tracking. We optimized our ads one round. We do some conversion analysis where we looked at the data that was coming in, which people were actually converting on which keyword and which not. And we wanted to have the 10 customer interviews that we sourced out of the surveys. And we tried to develop some kind of customer archetype and really focus on a problem solution. Yeah, not product market fit, but problem solution fit was our focus there. So what does a landing page look like? This is our best converting landing page. Plan the meal. Planning meals just got a hell of a lot easier. What a brilliant title. Do you see this, guys? So brilliant. What do you guess? How many, like, from, there was cold AdWords traffic, how much percent did convert?
This was your best converting?
Yes. 24% after the level 2 optimization. We never saw this again. Like, we had 18% with CSGO skills, which was amazing for us. Zero incentive. There is no downloadables attached with that. Yeah, just cold AdWords traffic with keywords related to cooking. 24% sign-up rate. That was an indicator of traction. Yeah, and from that you only get better. You don't get worse. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Which keywords?
Yeah, let me show you. So you could also scroll down, and you could see the bottom side of the home page, where we said, feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, or like benefit focus. We switched them up. We did some basic A/B testing to see which did better conversions, right? But keeping it simple and stupid was the key. I see lots of people making the landing pages way too complicated. And, this is going to take me 6 weeks. No, why didn't you start this with 1 day of investment and $1 or $2 per day and just get some basic feedback, and you got something actually up and running. There's pretty much no excuse to do this. And whenever we try to make it more complicated, our conversion rate fucked up. Even if we try to do it prettier, fucked up.
Yeah, true. And this was actually the task for the two people who wanted to pursue an idea. So what does the app actually do? 3 features, a tagline, then most of the time came up with the awesome names and
plan the meal.
Yeah, totally.
Do you remember the legendary of awesome?
Yeah, exactly.
That was my favorite name.
Definitely some
Oh my
fun.
god, that was good.
Daniel Heckratsson was also very.
The Heckratsson.
Yeah, was very good. Didn't convert.
And if you're wondering, like, I need to get the perfect image. Here, image by Armando. We didn't even have our own pictures. We just took them from Flickr, right? But the proper attribution at the end. Nobody gave a fuck. Yeah, 24%. I would still love that sign-up page to work for me, to just gather emails from moms who are excellent customers of all kinds of stuff. Now, since I'm a dad, we know how much money they are spending, right? Yes. I hope they're not listening. So that's how a level 1 page looked like.
Just a
Sure.
What does the sign-up page look like?
That was the sign-up page.
I guess you can sign up. It's just an email address, or is there a sign-up page where you have to put in names and email address?
Excellent question. No, it was just the email, but then you came to the most boring double opt-in confirmation page. So it just told you like nothing, no navigation, nothing, just we hate spam, check your mailbox and confirm your email address. Whenever we tried to make it fancy, it performed worse and we lost too many people in the double opt-in process. And afterwards, after they confirmed it, it's a very good question. They landed on the thank you page on this simple page, which said, would you like to join the survey? Right? Nothing else. 3 pages. The home page, the confirmation page, and the thank you page.
But keep in mind what's the goal here. The goal is there a market, right? So we do not optimize for make it most easy for all people.
Yeah.
We do not optimize conversion. We want to test is there a market. So we always counted only double opt-in emails, for example. So there is a little bit of the guy did something, right?
Yes.
He is like
he's jumping through hoops.
Exactly.
Yeah? You make them work a little bit.
Exactly.
To really show that they are interested in.
So he's serious.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what kind of data did we get back? Yeah, sure. Go.
The second question would be the questionnaire for this check of the development. Is it complicated? Or what was asked?
Can you repeat that question? I didn't get it.
There's this double opt-in, and
Yeah.
then you can go to the thank you page, and then you can have a link to the questionnaire.
Yes.
So what was the input for the questionnaire?
So we get to what the input for the questionnaire is in a second. Okay. So why did we do it this way? Why did we set it up every time with analytics, every time with AdWords, and did proper conversion tracking every time? Because of this. Let me just show you through a few slides what kind of data we actually got. This is the number of conversions we see over time from the Plan the Meal websites. You can see it up here. And you can see the conversion rates developing up to 28%. Let me show you something else. We saw the demographics, the age and gender groups. On the left side, you have everybody visiting the website. On the right side, you have only the people who have fulfilled the goal of double opt-in. Yeah. So we see, okay, this product was 80% female, 20% male product. And we see the exact age ranges. And we see which peeps are just interested but not converting, like the 18 to 24 people. What we also get is interest groups. We see what kind of, what Google thinks in which interest groups they are packed into, and you can use that later with display ads on level 3, so that you can also see which placements work later for your apps. It's a big learning machine. And here you can see, here was the question about the keywords, right? Here we see exactly which keywords led to which conversions over here. I don't know why I picked this view, because everything is in content targeting, but you generally
exactly, and you can look at the site and have a look what exactly is the site about. So you have a much more deeper insights. What is really your customer? You don't have to guess something. You know exactly my customer is between 31 and 45, mostly female, and is very much likely interested in whatever is on that page. So you do not have to guess. You have to put 3 days of work in it, and you know for a fact what your customer is.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons that I like more than Facebook at this point, because you get search, which is pull marketing, as well as display, which is push marketing. And on Facebook, you only get push. Facebook as a source these days. I'm spending 80% of my ad budget on Facebook, not on AdWords. But for learning and validating ideas, AdWords is still, in my opinion, very amazing. Yes, Typhoon.
AdWords campaigns on the regular text AdWords or also Google Shopping? because on Google Shopping you would not get keyword data, right?
No, we didn't do Google Shopping. We just did search for level 1 and 2, and from level 3 on we added display, banner ads. Google Shopping I only do after I have a proper product to sell. Like it's more of an e-commerce case. It's not a product idea validation case. So, so you see how the conversion rates develop. We can test different ads. We can test different wordings on ad level. And lots of people are worried that they can't do proper statistically significant A/B testing on their landing page. True, probably. If you only spend $200, you get 200 clicks. But what about the 200,000 impressions you got on your search ads? There you get statistically significant differences in making different feature wordings, and then you can take the best descriptions of your USP, your value proposition, the problem formulation, and put that back on the page. You just go for click-through rate, which has the higher click-through rate or which one has the higher double opt-in conversion rate, either one of those. So it's a pretty nifty system, and there you can see exactly how it develops from July 8th to August 28th. This is the double opt-in conversion rate with several optimization steps over time. Yeah, and you see that it here is on average well above 20%. Over the whole time it's 15.28. So I think that was extremely helpful for us to get rid of the ideas that there was no traction at all. Now, of course, we could have missed a lot of ideas there, right? We could have dug deeper. Why didn't we go deeper?
Yeah, totally true. There's always like maybe it's just a personal thing. I like this idea a lot. So if we have dug deeper and tweaked it a little bit and so on and so forth, maybe there was gold at the end. But that was not the idea here. Here we wanted to have ideas competing with each other and see if we can come up with a superstar just by being neutral to ideas and only let data speak.
Yeah, I'm a strong proponent of grit and endurance, but with startup ideas, if you don't see the juice coming out of the idea back to you, you're risking so much time and effort and hard blood into something that will not work in the end. But still, would I try to take you away from your business idea? No, I wouldn't. I would say stick with it as long as you like. But in our experience, it was much more rewarding to build on your strength than try to fix your weaknesses. Yeah, if you have a weak idea, I don't know, should you go for it with another 2 years? Or should you pick the winner? And if you do so many, you can just choose and pick and be really choosy about your business idea. Gennady, your question?
Yeah, so you didn't move on with the idea because you were not that passionate about it, although the results were great.
No. When the results were great, we moved on with it. Except when we didn't like the idea, the business. We're going to come to an example like that on level 3. So let's talk about the next level. So this one is a bit more of an advanced website, a bit fancier. Josh, our UX designer, got involved, took my really ugly landing pages and beautified them. We created the second customer service. We did active split testing. We tried to build a unique brand. And on the AdWords side, we did another level of optimization. We built a fan page. We got all the social media handles we were interested in. If we wanted to change the name, that would be the time to change it. Yeah, that would be the first time where we said, "Blind the meal. That's a shitty idea. Let's call it 7 meals." Yeah, which is brilliant, of course. Yeah, and then we started to call all of our ideas like 7 meals, 7 things, all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
We upped the budget and the customers. Then we did the next round of customer interviews. That was the main mission of level 3. What is the minimal viable feature set that we would build in